new tool for artists called ArtRack, why it is helpful for artists, and why everyone should consider adding this to their toolbox.
My name is Ted Riederer. I'm an artist and musician who lives and works in New York City, installing art professionally, making my own art, exhibiting it, making music. During the pandemic, I lost my job running a gallery. I was using the gallery software to share images of my art with collectors and dealers. That program is called Artbase, and it's quite expensive. I think for 4 licenses, it's over $800 a year. I decided at that point that I would put out into social media land, does anyone want to help me build inventory management program for artists? 3 years later, I am so happy and pleased to announce that we have produced this app and it's ready for download now. It's super exciting. We made it as stripped down and utilitarian as possible while remaining visually very beautiful, clean, and crisp. Is a very powerful tool in spite of its simplicity. I've been playing around with the current version for over a week and just loving the workflow, the ability to export lists and include prices or not, include notes or not, and all these other functions that we're going to get into today. My philosophy is, as we all advance in our careers, why can't we empower others in the process? The art world has this myth that you have to be sort of this narcissist brand ambassador for yourself, ruthless on your way to the top. Because what got me into art originally was the community and the fellowship aspect of it. So ArtRack is in that spirit. And I met these wonderful guys from Yuki. What is Yuki? Yuki is an Austin-based, accepts micropayments. And it's a disruptor. It's meant to disrupt the big tech giants and charge really high service fees for any transactions under $10. They came in and we'll finish your app for you as long as we can use Yuki, because we need transactions to get to the next level of our business. And so I thought it was the perfect partnership. And that's how we're actually able to offer the app for a one-time fee of $3. No subscription. You just pay $3. You download ArtRack and you start using it right away. You can go to artrack.art and download the program. Available now for early launch.
There's a couple things you have to do to make this work functionally when you're downloading.
Click on the download button on that screen and a Yuki window will pop up. You can sign up through your Gmail or other options. It'll take you to a page where you can download the software, but we couldn't afford licensing from Apple or Microsoft. So when you download to Mac, it might not let you install the program. It might say this application is from an unknown developer. You can't open it up. So what you need to do then is go into your security settings and your preferences, your security and privacy settings. And if you go into the general section of that, it'll prompt you to allow ArtRack to be installed. And this is for desktops only. We don't have it for cell phones yet. It's really meant as a desktop tool. And as you can see on the screen, there are system requirements. So once you download it, be sure to drag the ArtRack app icon into your applications folder. Then you're ready to go.
Did the process of downloading. I came up against the things you were talking about. I dropped it into applications, and then
we wanted to be as efficient and stripped down as possible and not take up a lot of your application memory. So what ArtRack does is it does not copy your images and put them into a dedicated folder. It simply creates a directory to your images that are already on your system. If you move an image from where it lives now, it won't show up on ArtRack. So I recommend, this is a pro tip, creating a dedicated ArtRack library file where you copy your images into. This only supports right now JPEGs and PNG files. It's recommended image size, no dimension exceeds 2400 pixels. You will be able to print and export PDFs, and so you do want the images to look good. This is what you see when you open up the program, since you've only added one image.
Add another item.
This is our add item screen.
Image, very easy.
So this is a search-based program. The original developer, Chip Trowbridge, is a machine learning guy who specializes in searches. You're able to search every input field that you see on the screen right now. So right now we have the traditional input fields that you would see it as a caption to artwork: title, date, medium, size, price, location, and notes. We have already gotten requests from users to add more input fields, such as artist, genre, category, and inventory number. For right now, with this initial version, I use notes as a catch-all. So you could put inventory number in notes. If you misspell something, it's just going to be misspelled, but we'll show you how easy it is to edit.
So I'd like to just add that this doesn't just apply to art, though it's amazing to have this. As an artist, you want to know where your stuff is. You want to be able to easily access information because you're always submitting to things. Just in the fact that you might need a price list, you would be able to export out a PDF of a price list. But this applies to more than just artists. So if you have a record collection, you have a vast, could be organizing it in here. If it's videotapes, it's whatever your collection is, this will function in the same way to organize and archive.
So even if you just export this as a PDF, then you can, using Acrobat, you can convert that to text file or Excel spreadsheet. Once you convert it to a PDF, then you have this list. It'll provide clues. Conversely, using that notes field, you can add lots of information, which is searchable. Okay, so you just click on the pencil, and now you can edit it. So I would go back into notes. So again, notes is the catch-all for us here. So now if we go to search and the work that we added Minsker in pops up, you could put a space now, House of Helix, and the other one should pop up. I wanted a slide view because let's say you have a curator in your studio and they say, I'd like to see what you've been working on recently. So you could type in 2023 and you get the works you've made in 2023. And then all you do is click on one of the images, and now you have a slideshow. So if you see the arrow key on the left, this was made by artists. If you look at a lot of the other inventory management programs, they resemble, Excel spreadsheets or FileMaker. I wanted this to be very visual and about the artwork. So I have different collections in here. I have records, I have books, and I have my wonderful cousin Michael O'Connell's furniture collection. And I just want to show you that you don't just have to put art in this, and yet you could still use the app easily. So if I put an album, all my albums come up. Now I can go through a slideshow of my albums. These are all low res. Medium, I put reggae and dub. And then now if I search for dub, I put that for Bad Brains as well. All of my dub records come up. If I wanted to add punk, so I want to do a set of punk and reggae, these are all my records that are coming up. Let's do books. All these books come up. So I think this is really helpful for book collectors, or your library wanted to sell some books and I wanted to print out an inventory. I type in book and I have my list of books. And now I go to the export PDF function. It gives you this awesome options. By default, it'll print a full page image with the caption information on the lower left. For this purpose, I want 4 images per page, which is our thumbnail function. And I want to include the price. So now I go to next. I save it as available books. I'll save it to my desktop. And my PDF import was successful. Pull up the PDF of available books. And this is how it exports the books. And now you can send this to a client, a prospective client. I'll show you an export with the full page function. So if you don't select anything, and then we'll go to Circular Scores 2023, which is really nice because it's a full page, which is helpful for prospective clients, curators, whatever you can show. It says Help Center on the upper right. We made it kind of bulletproof, and this is a private thing. You download it onto your computer. No one knows. No one can see what you're doing. I'm really turned off by, the tech giants that are basically saying they're giving you something for cheap, but the reason they're able to do that is because they're basically selling all of your information and data to advertisers. And really just empower my fellow artists, my fellow collectors, in a bare bones, utilitarian, but visually clean and crisp way.
$3 right now?
It's just $3.
You're not going to find anything else like this out there on the market. So I highly suggest that you go out and check it out. Let people know. The more people out there that know and support this, the better it's going to be to keep this moving forward. Again, ArtRack.